What's going on, everybody? This is the Paper Planes channel, and I'm your host, Sean. This is my second vlog, numero dos, for my Espanol homies out there. I don't know why I said that. I'm going to stop doing that. So, yeah, basically, I want to explain some things to you guys. We are, or I am, sometimes I say we when I talk about the channel because I feel like it's more than just me. A lot of you guys have been subscribers since I started, really, and it just feels weird to say me or I because it doesn't feel like just a solo operation, although it is, unfortunately. But yeah, I am trying to make this a full-time thing. I'm trying to make content as often as I can, so I've really put things in motion to force my hand in doing that. I've kind of set a schedule out, and I'm really gonna try to stick to that. I want you guys to hold me accountable for that. I'm going to list my schedule at the end of every video that I post so you can see that. I have been doing that recently. However, I had kind of a mistake. Well, it wasn't really a mistake. It was planned that way, and then I realized, you know what, there's a better way to do this. So I was originally going to do vlogs on Fridays, but now I'm going to do them on Saturdays, and I'm going to do movie reviews on Fridays. Basically, my thinking with that is I can see a movie on Thursday night and I can make a review about it and have it uploaded Friday afternoon. That way, those of you that are going out to do your weekend thing and thinking about checking out a movie, you'll at least have my fresh take for that opportunity. And as far as the vlog goes, that being on Saturday is helpful for me because it gives me an opportunity to rehash the week before, and it also gives you guys plenty of opportunities to leave questions for answers for the following vlogs to come. I know most people have the opportunity to engage on Saturday or the weekends in general more so than they do during the week, so that just makes more sense to me in that avenue. Okay, so back to talking about doing this full time. It's a really crazy idea, to be honest with you guys, and it's kind of why you've seen my channel go in ebbs and flows as far as uploading and whatnot. And when I'm like, life happens, like I have to do things to pay the bills. I can't just sit here and upload on YouTube. The reason for that is, and I know a lot of you guys aren't content creators, you don't have your own channel, you just enjoy watching other videos. You might think that someone with close to 10,000 subscribers can make enough money to justify doing it, and maybe they can if they have like an insanely viral video that just generates really good money. I don't have that. I don't have a viral video. I don't really make content that could go viral. I really just rely on the loyal subscribers that watch this type of video because I know that whenever I upload something, I can count on X amount of people to watch it every time. And that means a lot to me, and that's really why I still upload videos. That's why I talk to you guys so often when I do in the comment sections. I communicate to anybody who's friends with mine on social media. So it's a great opportunity to follow me there and really get to know me, and I get to know you. And it helps with the process of doing this. It's way more rewarding because, to be 100% honest with you guys, I average about $70 a month from YouTube. It's just crazy. It costs me so much more money if I just sat down and budgeted the time and the equipment and the money that I've spent to do all this stuff. It's nuts. It's really nuts. But I didn't set out to make this a career. But at this point, I know that it's something that I would love to do as a career. So I kind of have to go one of two routes. I can look for sponsors, which I may be able to get, and there's some potential sponsors out there that I'm getting ready to talk to that I have a really strong case for support. But I also am going to rely on my community, which are you people. And that is the thing. I hate asking for stuff. I've never been one to ask for any help. That's why I do everything that I do by myself. I hate relying on other people. It's just something that I have to get over. And I really want to work in the film industry, and you cannot be a one-man band in the film industry. So it's just something that I have to get over. I have to be comfortable with asking for help and support. And that's what I'm doing. So I created this Patreon account. I just kind of want you guys to consider what my channel brings to you. If you really feel like it offers you something that you enjoy, you can set up limits. There's different ways that Patreon works, and I've set it up to be a monthly contribution. So I've set up these tiers, which I think are really cool, and I want you guys to give me input on the reward system. Tell me what you really want out of them. So it's really just one of those things that I'm hoping my subscribers can contribute the smallest amount possible, because I really want to build up a community and get a strong sense of who is really gearing towards my content. That way I can cater to those specific people. So enough about all the financial intricacies of my life in YouTube and how that all relates to you guys. Now I want to talk about the Q&A. All right, so a quick disclaimer for the Q&A. You guys have really fucking weird names on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. These things are crazy. Sometimes I get a message from somebody and I'm looking at the name and I'm like, what the fuck? How do I say this on camera? So instead of just struggling with those and failing miserably, I'm going to intentionally fail and make light of it. So when I say your name horribly wrong, unless it's just something easy, like my name is easy, Paper Planes Channel. But I guess if you didn't speak English in general, you might not know where like the syllables start and end. So you'd be like, Paper Planes Channel. I mean, I don't even know. It's just crazy. I see some words, like I'm looking, okay. So the first question I'm gonna answer is from this person who I think my first idea of their name was Pred and Barani. But it could be Predan Barani, like a first and last name, or I don't even know. So that's the problem. Like, do I answer it as Pred and Barani and just fucking roll with it? Or do I just have this shit-eating grin on my face and say, Predan Barani? Like, I knew it all along. I don't fucking know, people. So apologize in advance for the horrible butchery of your names, but just deal with it. So here we go. Pred and Barani. I'm already doing it. Predan Barani, yeah, whatever, wants to know what I use to keep my beard looking so nice. And this is a funny question to me because most of the time my beard looks like a homeless person's beard. My hair grows in different directions all over my face. It's really difficult to maintain. I've got this chunk scar out of my jawline right here. I don't know how good you guys can see that, but it's kind of why like sometimes I'll profile this way in my camera when I'm playing my games on the computer. I'm like this a little bit because I hate being this way. It's just weird. Anyways, that you get to see, and I use something called a Philips Norelco Multi-Groom. I don't know if there's certain numbers behind that or whatever. I think it was designed to use all over your body, including your face. So basically, I go from my taint to my beard all at the same time. No, I'm just fucking with you guys. I just use it on my face, I promise. But I also have this beard kit, and I can't remember the name of it, so I'm gonna go get it really quick so I can tell you about it. Okay, so the beard kit is made by this company called Beard Brand. I actually saw them on the television show Shark Tank. So they made a sale from that, and I really like it, honestly. I don't use it as often as I should. Basically, when I've got a hot date or I'm going to do something fancy, I make sure to clean up real nice with that kit. So I use the trimmer when I'm just like schlumming it and I'm looking homeless and I'm like, gotta fix this up. But I use the beard kit when I want to tighten it up. So when I know that I really want to make it look good, I use the Beard Brand beard kit. All right, next question, and I'm so thankful that this person has the super easiest, best name ever, Fox Die. Okay, so how could I totally fuck that up? Do not tell me I got that wrong. I will totally be pissed. So their question is, why the name Paper Planes Channel? And for those of you who have been subscribers for me for a long time, maybe you already know this answer. I've only revealed it once in an individual video, so most of you are probably unaware, so I think this is a really good question. Basically, it's kind of like a production name. You've seen movies, and before the movies, you get all the names of the companies that are involved, like Bad Robot, DreamWorks, Lionsgate. All of these things And that's essentially what the idea is behind that name, Paper Planes Channel. It's kind of my idea of a production company name. I like it. I think it's unique. It goes back to my childhood where I'd be sitting in class and I'd be drawing pictures, writing down ideas, folding it up into a paper airplane, and tossing it away instead of like balling it up into a crumpled paper ball and throwing it in the trash. So it was just kind of one of those things, and I thought it's unique. You won't confuse my channel with anybody else's because I'm not just going to be using my name or make up some really convoluted name that's difficult to remember. It doesn't really tie into my channel, and that's the one thing that I hate about the name. But when I get to my end goal, which is making movies, making short films and stuff like that, you'll see that, and you'll see the introduction that comes with it, and you'll be like, cool, makes sense, totally get it. So that's the answer to that. All right, next up, I've got a question from my buddy Chris Bergegard. Chris, did I get it right? Don't you fucking lie to me, Chris. Chris wants to know what my favorite type of music is. And he was basically ragging on me, said something about having a hip-hop hat. Chris, okay? Just because I wear new era hats with weird shit on them doesn't mean that it's hip-hop, buddy. And then he said I had a starter metal beard. Whatever. I can't really argue that. Starter beard. Yeah. So, I really, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about my favorite type of music, it's really going to make my beard seem even more pussified. Damn it, Chris. Fudge. Yeah, my favorite band of all time, and I'm so much regretting doing this right now, is the band Keane. They're like a British rock band. They're really like soft rock. The guy is a master on a piano. He's got great vocals. I've always loved music that comes from piano. So I just couldn't help but like them. I tend to like music with good, deep meaning behind it. So there are other genres and stuff that I love. But my all-time favorite band is Keane, and I'm just super bummed that they're not making music together right now, and I'm hoping that they get their shit together and do it. But yeah, I don't listen to the type of stuff that you probably would think I do just by looking at me. I'm actually very different than most people would expect just by judging a book by its cover. If you see me, you probably think I'm some weirdo hillbilly redneck crossed up with like a hip-hop newbie metal guy, like Chris is saying. So yeah, I don't know what people think when they see me, but I'm damn sure that I'm never the type of person that they truly think I am. So that's always fun. As far as like genres go, I'll break it down. I'll give you 5 that I will definitely listen to. So if I was like pulling up a Pandora or something and I wanted to just listen to a genre, first I would probably go to alternative. Always loved alternative. No matter what mood I'm in, there's some good alternative music. Next, I'll go with some indie rock. Next, some British rock. Next, some ambient music. And then, every once in a while, I go into a rap mode. It's very brief because the rap today really sucks. Like, a lot of it is just bad. And when I listen to it, half the time, I don't even know. It's not that I don't understand the words that the guy is saying, but they're just like manipulating words so that they can sound like they rhyme, and they don't. So it's kind of weird. I don't even know how that works, but they make a lot of fucking money. So I guess I would do that too if I could. Okay, next up, Gary Horachak wants to know, will there be more girls versus games? Yes, there definitely will be. These kind of videos will be uploaded every Monday. You'll see on the channel schedule at the end of every video that I'm going to upload from now on that every Monday will be Versus Games Monday. So look forward to that stuff. It's not always going to be girls versus games. It probably will most likely be one girl versus a game or one guy versus a game for the majority of the time. when I do the 3 people versus a game or a couple versus a game or whatever, it takes a lot more time to produce something like that because you've got more people involved. So when I'm trying to do this, basically I'll have a bunch of episodes lined up to release week after week. And once I set up that pool of episodes to come out every Monday, then I'll be able to really focus on getting those group gaming events going where I have like 3 girls playing a game or a couple of guys or 3 dudes or whatever, and I can really mix and mash those play styles together because I think that's a lot of fun. Next up, I've got Who Hash Dealer. And this guy wants to know who my favorite sports teams are and how often do I go to sporting events. So I've got to say right off the bat, my favorite NBA team is the Atlanta Hawks. Obviously, I live in Georgia. I'm an Atlanta fan. I love the Atlanta Falcons, although they have kind of an issue that the Hawks have the opposite issue of. It's like the Hawks are really good until closing time, until it's time to win. Like, they're not clutch. The Falcons are the opposite. They fuck up all the time until the fourth quarter, and then they come back and win. Unless it's been like the last 4 games where they lose 3 out of 4, and I don't like that. So yeah, those 2 teams are probably my number 1 draw. I go to those events if I can. I definitely go to more Hawks games than anything else because I've got a couple friends that have access to that, and I don't have to spend any money, so fuck yeah, I'm going. Falcons game, they cost a lot of money. I'll try to go to 1 per year, but I will be going to my second one this year because my buddy, he's got a hookup, so I'm going to the Falcons-Vikings game. Thank you, Shane. Booyah. So that covers those 2. I'm not a baseball fan. The Atlanta Braves would be a heartbreaker anyways, so glad I don't really care so much about baseball. I'm a huge MMA fan. My favorite mixed martial artist is Carlos Condit. Can't wait till his fight in January. I was super stoked about it November 14th, and that didn't happen. He's going to whoop some Robbie Lawler ass. Boom. Cannot wait. Next, my favorite athlete is definitely Roger Federer. He is the best men's singles tennis player of all time. I love watching this dude play. It's like a bucket list thing of mine to go see him live before he retires. So hopefully I'll be able to go to the New York Open or the US Open in New York next year and watch that dude swing the racket. Okay, next up we've got Weezerable Shoe. I can't even say that confidently. There's no fucking way I know what this name means. So Weezerable Shoe, Weezerable Shoe, Weezerable Shoe. I don't fucking know, buddy, but good job on confusing the shit out of me. Congratulations. He wants to know, or she wants to know. I think it's a dude. I'd say like 98% of the people that are on my channel are dudes. So I'm just going to default to dude every time, unless it's like a super feminine name with a super feminine icon behind it. Then I could maybe say it's chick, but I'd still probably be wrong. So whatever. You're a dude for now. You want to know, are there going to be any more horror games? And my answer to that is definitely yes. The Verse Games series really tailors itself to scary games, difficult games, and fast-paced games. So you're gonna see definitely other people play horror games, and you're still gonna see me finish those series that I started, and I'm also gonna start some new ones, but those aren't gonna be on like a schedule base. That's just gonna be on a free time basis, which kind of leads me into another question that people asked in the first episode, and I want to get back around to. It's all about Twitch. No, I'm actually not doing Twitch anymore. I'm not going to do Twitch. I've decided to focus on YouTube fully and exclusively, and they've started up this new thing that I really need to look into, and it's basically live streaming gaming on YouTube. So my audience is already on YouTube. It's really a waste of my time to try to get all of you guys to come over to Twitch just to watch me play some games over there. That's really just going to take a lot of my time and not allow me to reward the people that are on YouTube, because you'll still be able to see my streams after they're live on YouTube. They'll be recorded and uploaded there. So I really want to focus on that new platform instead of focusing on Twitch. But I don't want to lie to you guys and say like it's coming next week or something like that. Let me get comfortable in what I'm doing right now. because I don't want to spread myself too thin. If I get like overwhelmed with this stuff, it's not gonna be good. Not good at all. So just be a little bit patient with me. Let me establish this new schedule that I've got worked out for you guys. Let me pump out a few weeks of good content, and then I will start gaming for you guys for sure. I'm setting up a hopeful goal of the new year. Basically, once the new year starts, hopefully I'll be able to have some understanding of how the game system works for streaming on YouTube and start up right then. Okay, Sims Dreamer wants to know, have I ever played a Sims game? And would I let's play Sims 3 or 4 potentially? So here's the thing. I wanted to say no instantly to this question because I don't think I've played a Sims game. But I know that I've played Sim City, but I don't think that's the question you're asking me. Because I feel like those are such different games. Like, yeah, they have the sim thing in front of it, but that's like saying, have you played Flight Simulator? And me being like, yeah. Wait, that's a horrible example. Edit that. I'm going to keep that because that's way more work for me. Why would I do that? Save the blooper in real time. Yes, I have played a Sims game. Sim City. That's it. Will I play a Sims 3 or 4 Let's Play? I hate to say it like this, but definitely not, because I don't have the time to do that. I really have to dedicate the time to the content that I know most of the people here are going to watch. Like, the next Let's Play that I do after I finish these scary games that I'm playing on, they're either going to be a current game, like a brand new release, so that I can have something that I know a lot of people are going to want to see, or it's going to be something that's really related to the core viewers of my channel, like a revisit to Dark Souls, potentially a revisit to Demon Souls, something like that. I don't want to get caught up in a game that's going to take a ton of time like The Sims, and it's probably got a steep learning curve for somebody who's never really played it. So, unfortunately, no. James Brook wants to know, what is my favorite thing about the Souls series? I feel like I answered this question in the first vlog, but I get a lot of Souls questions, so maybe not. They all kind of blend together for me, it seems. But I will say that my favorite thing, now that I'm thinking about it, is just the difficulty. I think like Dark Souls 1 is definitely my favorite of the series thus far. I love the interconnectivity of the world. It's so satisfying coming to a place and opening a door and then revealing that, whoa, I just unlocked this shortcut that can take me back to this expansive world that I thought I was so far away from. And like, I don't need a map in Dark Souls. Everything is so well connected that you can just close your eyes and imagine that universe fully. I mean, it's really crazy. I know that I spent a lot of time playing that game, so maybe not everybody can feel that way about it. But I need a map for any other game that I've played where I've spent way more hours than in Dark Souls, which is crazy because Dark Souls it's like the world isn't that big. You just move through it so slowly and so carefully, and you're paying attention to everything that it seems huge. But it's really not, but it's just so well put together that when it comes together, you're just like, wow, this is really well done. And Dark Souls 2 didn't do that. They had all these fast travel points and stuff like that, and that really took away from the greatness that I really found in Dark Souls 1. So the difficulty and the connectivity of the universe in Dark Souls 1 is really my favorite thing about Dark Souls in general. And, like you asked me a question about the Souls series specifically. So the difficulty is the answer for that overall theme of the Souls series. Okay, and finally, the last question is by Marcel, and he wants to know, what's the deal with the reviews? Basically, what am I going to be doing with them? And also, what are my plans for Dark Souls 3? So I know a lot of you guys want to know about Dark Souls 3, so I kind of left it at the end intentionally, because you got to watch this shit. So yeah, The thing is, with the reviews, I'm planning on doing a movie review every week. I kind of got to that earlier. I'm going to see a movie Thursday night. I'm going to work on the review, have it out on Friday, so you can make your decision if you want to go see that movie or not that weekend. I will try to do new movie reviews every week. I will do a new review every week. But if there's like no good new movies coming out that week, I'll either do a movie that was already out the week before that I hadn't got a chance to review, or I'll do something old or a potential TV show that I think you guys should check out that you might not be aware of. So there's some flexibility with that. Also, I know that Marcel wants to know about gaming reviews, and I haven't talked too much about that stuff with you guys, but that is something that I plan to do. I just can't set a schedule for that because for me to give you a true game review, I have to spend some legitimate time with it. It's not like a movie where I can go sit there for 2 hours, take it all in, come back and digest it. With a game, I really have to spend a lot of time. I mean, imagine doing a review on Dark Souls. If you spend 8 hours just playing through the storyline, you don't really get the sense of the game. You really have no idea. There's so many things that you discover by playing it through multiple times. So a person giving you a quick review just to be the first one out, you're going to get a really shitty bullshit review. So I try not to do that kind of stuff, and that's why most of my guides come out so late, and unfortunately they don't get any views because of that. But when you actually compare them to other guides, you're like, wow, okay, yeah, there's way more substance to this. This person is going through every single thing. So that's what I focus on is the legitimacy of the reviews and having the content be as good as it can. But I've got to find this way to get it out faster. So with game reviews, basically I'll do them as I have time. So, now to Dark Souls 3. My plan with Dark Souls 3 is to attack it just like I did with Dark Souls 1. I obviously slacked on Dark Souls 2. There were some technical issues with my PC at the time. It was a big problem, and I really couldn't put out the content. I had this big gap. So, with Dark Souls 3, barring any of those unforeseeable circumstances, I'm going to be putting out a guide, my ultimate walkthrough guide. I'm also going to be putting out all those very unique and individual tutorials for very specific things, which is probably how most of you came to my channel in the first place. So like maybe you're like, hey, I want to find this item, this armor, this sword, this shield. All of those things will be searchable from my channel specifically. So that is going to be a lot of work, but I enjoy that stuff. I like doing those kind of tutorials. I like teaching people things. So that's really where I take the most joy in creating the content. If I can't make someone laugh, because I'm not very good at that sometimes, what I can do is I can teach you something. So if I'm able to do that, that's very satisfying to me. I think the last thing that I would do with Dark Souls 3 is a challenge playthrough, kind of like what I did with Dark Souls 1, where I did a Legolas type thing. But yeah, something along those lines, some kind of challenge in that variation of setting up a potential RPG type character where he's got these limitations on him. Like my Indiana Jones was an ultimate fail if you guys ever started watching that series, because I only was using the whip, and when I got to Artorias, I'm like, fuck this. I totally quit. I was so done. I could not beat that motherfucker with the whip. I know that I can, but I got so sick of it that it just wasn't worth it anymore, and I just quit. I'm like, I gotta focus on shit where I'm not just getting burned out and then abandoning this channel. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. So I'm just gonna do things that are fun, funny, informative, and if I've got to go through some misery on my own end, I'm going to try to limit that as much as possible. It's much more fun to me watching other people fail and recording them and then doing funny edits with it and sharing it with you guys, because they only have to go through it once. So when I do like the noobs versus games and stuff like that, I fucking love it. I hate editing it because it takes forever, but being an audience member for that is hilarious to me. Oh my god, almost forgot, guys. So I'm going to go back to doing parodies as well. And this is really exciting for me because I went back and watched like my first parody ever, And I'm like, holy shit, this is so awful. It's so awful. And I know I can do so much better, but you guys seem to love it. And I think part of you loved it because you're like, man, this is so horrible that we just have to like it. Because I love really shitty movies like that. But I promise I'm going to make some really good parodies. And for my kind of Let's Plays, that's, I think, what I'm really going to do the most with that stuff is I'll record myself playing and I'll do the standard Let's Play. And then I'll rehash that footage with voiceovers and things like that and make a story parody out of that content. So I think that'll be very fun. But the parody stuff takes an eternity to edit and work on. It really takes an eternity. So don't expect those to be very common. But when they come out, they're going to be awesome. Yeah, so that's it for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's really long, but I only do this once a week, and it's a really good opportunity to communicate with you guys. So I feel like I've got this audience here. And that's kind of another cool thing about what I'm trying to do with Patreon is there's a donor tier that enables you guys to have Google Hangouts with me once a month. So we'll be having this like group conversation thing. We'll all be on our webcams or whatever. Somebody might pull a penis out and then I'll have to ban them. But if you want to spend money just to show your dick really quick, then sure, why not? But subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on my social media accounts directly below this video. Become a supporter on Patreon. You can see that in the little eye corner right here. Just click that and it'll give you access to all these tabs right here too. So yeah, awesome guys. I'm really hoping that that's not reverse in the camera. Fuck. I don't know. But if it is, just switch that shit around. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Peace.